I truly believe everyone can learn chemistry. It's very beautiful, actually, and when you uncover the beauty and the mysticism and the patterns, it can be embraced by all. I'm Dr. Colleen Kelley, and I'm an instructor and laboratory manager at the University of Arizona, and I've created Kids Chemical Solutions, which is a series of comic books capturing early eager learners ages 8 to 12 with chemistry comic books. When I started this project, I made something that I thought would be fun and accessible for kids. And what I discovered is that 8, 9, and 10-year-olds were learning symbols. So in my comic books, I decided, let's make fun, cute characters, and they can balance them instead of the symbols for the elements themselves. The first characters were Poppy and Ray, Poppy for polonium and Ray for radium. Ray has this saying all through the comic books, like, 0 is our hero. And that sticks when they know 0 is our hero. So if cadmium is +2 and oxygen's -2, you can put those together and you get 0. One of my favorite scenes is where Big Ox and Red and Rusty now are roadies for the heavy metals. And Big Ox is starstruck by Cobalt, and they bump into each other. And Cobalt asks Big Ox to play a duet, and he's like, well, he's a little scared. He's like, just so you know, I don't play well on an empty stomach. And Cobalt looks at him and is like, don't worry, man, I got you, and lifts up his hat and throws him 2 electrons. And that electron transfer is what really happens in the ionic compound cobalt oxide. Big Ox eats them. He's like, somebody get me some sunglasses. Let's rock. So when I first started writing these stories, the drawings were very crude. I drew like boxes for them, stick figures, until I realized that I really needed help with the art. And in walks Mac at that point. Hey, Mac! Oh my gosh! I first met Mackenzie Reagan when she was 13, and she goes by Mac, and she was a budding artist. And while she was in my class, we were working on some of these stories at the time. They weren't comic books yet. And I asked Mac if she could help me draw some of these a lot better than my box square figures. All right, are you ready to make some characters?
I'm so ready.
Okay, so I'm gonna surprise you. All right?
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna make water.
Water, H2O.
When I first think about developing a character, especially if it's a character that's a molecule like water, the first thing that I do is I draw it. And there's something called a Lewis structure where I would have oxygen in the middle, then 2 bonds, which are lines, and then 2 hydrogens flanking it. And in that description, then I would go through that with Mac and say, what do you see?
So let's think about how we can connect this design to a seal. So I'm seeing like flippers on the H's maybe.
Yes! Oh, good.
And they have huge eyeballs.
Oh, that's so good.
Massive eyeballs. So there we go.
That's our water molecule.
A little rough sketch of a water molecule.
Yeah. So once I had the comics developed in script format, I realized that I need to test them on kids. It was during the pandemic, so I did schedule over Zoom, but there was a definite bonus to that because I could record those.
And I actually learned in more detail about the atomic mass.
One, is that actually happening? And 2, could that happen?
Oh, this is such a good question, Danny. So what I was looking for in these kids is their ability to speak chemistry, because chemistry is a language, and I could hear them be very fluent.
And then after the parentheses, it's a 4.
Oh my gosh. Yay! And that's where I really realized the magic that was happening when I was getting 4th graders doing college-level chemistry.
14 of the neutrons.
Awesome, you guys. Very good. Yes. Okay. Still needs something. Lady Poppy, would you do the honor of sharing electrons with me? Now that we're all vaccinated, I was able to work in person with Olivia Permain Grant. I've known Olivia since she's been born, so I'm friends with her mom. And she saw the comic books because I brought them over to the house, and she's kind of looking at them. And I thought, well, third grade's a little young, but let's see. And her mom, Stephanie, called me and said, Olivia wants to know more.
Right, and the 2 means the copper has a 2 plus charge.
So I came up there with some props. I brought a big shower curtain that's a periodic table, and we laid it out on the ground. And I said, Olivia, let's play Twister.
What?
What is that
Not easy.
Yeah,
It's phosphorus.
phosphorus, good. I'd like for the students who are reading these comics to recognize that not one comic book is set in a laboratory and that science transcends the laboratory. Chemistry is everywhere, and that really is the message. And I want them to realize that the chemistry starts here in your brain with your imagination.
Should we give a messy swimmer bun to allude to all those swimmers out there who live in water and love water?
I really think this project is about raising the bar in learning, but also lowering the bar to accessibility so that students and anybody in the entire world can learn chemistry through this platform. This is my life's work, and I know that. And I can keep going until chemistry becomes normal, because this is what I'm meant to do.